The Galactic Federation Academy prided itself on being the most prestigious military training facility in the known universe. For millennia, it had produced the finest officers from hundreds of species across thousands of worlds. When humans were finally admitted 5 years ago, there had been considerable debate among the Academy's leadership. Cadet Lisa Evans stood at perfect attention in the massive training hall, surrounded by 40 other beings from across the galaxy. As the only human in advanced combat class, she had become accustomed to the sideways glances and whispers. Humans were still considered the weaklings of the Federation, fragile creatures from a low-gravity world with pitifully slow reflexes and embarrassingly dull senses. Commander Vrock, a towering Taurian with mottled blue skin and 4 powerful arms, paced before the assembled cadets. His species was renowned throughout the galaxy for their combat prowess and unmatched strength. The metallic plates covering his exoskeleton gleamed under the harsh lighting of the training hall. "Today," Vrock announced, his voice rumbling through the chamber, "we begin close-quarters combat training." His upper left hand gestured toward a rack of training weapons. "These will simulate the feeling of real combat without causing permanent damage." Lisa suppressed a sigh. Close-quarters combat was where humans were at their greatest disadvantage. Every other species in the class possessed natural advantages: exoskeletons, multiple limbs, enhanced strength, or superior speed. "Evans, Commander," Vrock suddenly barked. Front and center. Lisa stepped forward, ignoring the ripple of amusement that passed through the assembled cadets. The Taurian loomed over her, nearly twice her height. "The human will demonstrate first," he announced, his 4 eyes narrowing. "Perhaps this will finally convince the admissions board that allowing your kind into the academy was a mistake." Lisa kept her face neutral despite the insult. This wasn't the first time Vrock had singled her out, and she doubted it would be the last. The commander had made his disdain for humans clear from the first day of training. "Combat stance," Vrock ordered. Assuming his own position, his massive frame shifted with practiced grace, 4 arms positioned strategically for both offense and defense. Lisa adopted the stance she'd been taught, knowing it looked woefully inadequate compared to the alien's imposing form. The other cadets formed a circle around them, many already exchanging amused glances. "Attack me," Vrock commanded. Lisa hesitated. "Sir, the regulations state that instructors should demonstrate techniques before—" "Are you questioning my methods, Cadet?" Vrock's voice dropped dangerously low. "No, sir," Lisa replied, tensing her muscles. She launched a textbook attack, one that would have impressed her instructors back on Earth. Vrock deflected it effortlessly with his lower right arm, not even shifting his weight. "Pathetic," he growled. "Is this the best your species can offer? Again." Lisa tried another approach, feinting left before striking right. Again, Vrock blocked her with insulting ease. The watching cadets began to murmur. "Your kind has no place here," Vrock said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Humans are too weak, too slow, too soft." Lisa clenched her jaw but said nothing. She had endured worse. "Perhaps," Vrock continued, "I should demonstrate how a real warrior fights." Without warning, his upper right arm shot out, striking Lisa hard across the face. The blow caught her completely off guard, sending her staggering backward. The metallic taste of blood filled her mouth. The training hall fell silent. Even among the diverse species of the academy, striking a cadet outside the parameters of training exercises was strictly forbidden. The commander had crossed a line. Lisa straightened slowly, wiping blood from her lip. Something cold and focused had settled in her mind, a clarity that pushed aside pain and uncertainty. "That was inappropriate, Commander," she said quietly. Vrock sneered. "What will you do about it, human? File a complaint? By the time the board convenes, you'll have washed out of the program." "No, sir," Lisa replied. "I was simply informing you of your error." Before anyone could blink, Lisa moved, not with the telegraphed movements of academy training, but with the quick, efficient motions of Earth's special forces, techniques that had been refined over centuries of humans fighting humans. She stepped inside Vrock's guard, targeting the neural cluster at the base of his thorax. The one vulnerability in Taurian physiology that all species were forbidden from exploiting outside of actual warfare. Her strike was precise, delivered with the full force of her body. The massive alien, Commander froze, his four eyes widening in shock. Then, like a felled tree, he toppled backward, crashing to the floor with a sound that echoed throughout the training hall. Not a single cadet moved. Not a single breath was taken. The supposedly weak human had just incapacitated the Academy's most fearsome combat instructor with a single strike. Lisa resumed her position of attention, standing over the fallen commander. "I apologize for the extreme response, sir," she said formally. "But as you reminded us last week, an unprovoked attack must be met with immediate and decisive action." From the doorway came slow, deliberate applause. The cadets parted as Admiral Thorne, the Academy's commandant, entered the training hall. "Well done, Cadet Evans," the Admiral said. "I was wondering how long Commander Vrock would continue his unfortunate behavior toward our newer Federation species." Lisa saluted sharply. "I meant no disrespect to the Academy, Admiral." "Of course not." The Admiral surveyed the stunned cadets. "Let this be a lesson to all of you. Never underestimate any species based on preconceptions. The galaxy is full of surprises." As medics attended to the still paralyzed commander, Admiral Thorne turned to Lisa. "Humanity has survived on a world that tried to kill them in 1,000 different ways. They fought each other when they couldn't fight anything else. When they weren't fighting, they were preparing to fight." The Admiral smiled thinly. "That's why we wanted them in the Federation. Not despite their apparent weaknesses, but because of how they've learned to overcome them." Later that evening, as Lisa applied regenerative gel to her bruised jaw, her roommate Tom appeared at her door. "Word spreading throughout the Academy," he said. "The other human cadets are walking taller today." Lisa nodded. It wasn't about pride. He violated the code. "I know," Tom replied, "but it matters. The way they see us matters." Lisa thought about the looks on the alien cadets' faces, not contempt or amusement anymore, but something new. Respect tinged with wariness. It was a start.